Hello everyone. Today is a very special day. Today is day 100 post-transplant. I made it to my 100th day. Yay. Lord knows it's been a hell of a journey to get here. I know that you guys have seen a lot of posts and different things happening. Last week I had my procedures and some of them didn't go too well. I had a lot of complications with different things. So how it started was last Tuesday. I had the lumbar puncture and the cerebral angiogram. They had to admit me that night because they had a lot of complications trying to get the needle in my spine in the right area and finding the right size needle because I have a lot of narrowing in there due to the myeloma and everything. So the lumbar puncture should have took about 20 minutes, ended up taking over an hour. And I developed a spinal headache and low CSF, which is cerebral spinal fluid in my brain. It kept leaking. So Thursday I went in for the bone marrow biopsy and they did that. And then Saturday I ended up back in the hospital trying to find out why I couldn't stand. Every time I sat up or stood up, I had to lay right back down. I was incapacitated. I wasn't able to function as a human being, basically, because of this spinal headache, what they call a spinal leak inside. So they couldn't help me on Saturday because my doctor was not there, and I had to wait until Monday. And Monday, thank you, Jamie Sindel, who was able to drive me to Mayo in Jacksonville from DeLand and drop me off there on Monday. And I was able to have surgery. And they set it up for me to have an emergency surgery for them to go in and do what's called a blood patch. What they do is they take some of my own blood and they inject it into my spine. And it finds the leak and it clots. So they did that. And they also injected something else, which I'm not sure what it is, but it's supposed to help me. Dr. David Miller is an amazing doctor. He's very compassionate, very kind, very understanding, and he really, truly cares about his patients. He kept my wife in contact the entire time. He called her personally, talked to her, explained everything, called her from the surgical room, explained to her when we had complications, what was going on. He's just an unbelievably amazing doctor. Once again, another Mayo doctor. He's a neurosurgeon for radiology, like things that they have to do, like as far as, and the spine. He's one of, I think, 3 doctors there that can do the blood patches and stuff like that. So it's got to do with radiology intervention, I believe is what it's called. I mean, he's a neurosurgeon for that. And then he handled that, and then I had some complications after the surgery where my lower back locked up, and it's kind of like having spinal injection or steroid injections back there, how it hurts and it takes a day or so for the pain to go away. It was kind of like that, but a 10 on the scale of pain. So there was no walking. I had to wait. I couldn't even move out of the bed. So then they kept me overnight and I was able to start walking the next day. And then Lori was able to pick me up last night, Tuesday night. And now I am back and I have direct orders to lay down for the next couple days completely. So the key is to stay as flat as possible most of the day. Only get up when I have to. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm resting with the girls and just laying as flat as possible and just healing from everything. Just not feeling good from it, but I'm sure in the next couple days I'll be feeling a lot better. And I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update and let you know what was going on and where I'm at with it. I also wanted to update you. I have not so good news. They did my blood test, and you know how I was waiting to see if I was MRD negative, which is minimal residual disease. That's what MRD stands for. And after the bone marrow biopsy, they check, it's a deeper bone marrow biopsy, to see if I have any MRD, mineral residual disease. And my blood test came back actually showing I have protein in my blood test. The basic bone marrow biopsy came back showing I'm positive. So I still have cancer. It's very depressing for me right now because, I was basically less than 1% going into my transplant. And I am still at 1%. So some of me is, did I do all that for nothing or not? So I will find out on March 30th I start chemo again. I've got, in this clinical trial, 2 more years of chemo, where I have to do the DARA and the Revlimid. But they might have to change my care plan, because this wasn't expected. So it looks like transplant, I don't know if you want to say failed me or not, but we'll find out on Tuesday next week when I go into Mayo again. But it's literally in the same place it was before I started the transplant. So did it get better? And then now, because I'm high risk aggressive, is it coming back fast again or not? I'm starting to think that the European trials where they do tandem transplants on high risk patients might be the best way to gain remission for someone like me. Mayo does not do tandem transplants though, so I don't know what's going to happen from here. But yes, it's been quite depressing that I have not reached remission. I don't even need to hear the MRD. I already know it on the regular one. So the mineral residual disease is a definite positive at this point. So we want it negative. We wanted to reach MRD negative. So we'll see what the next part brings, That's why I'm in a clinical trial, trying to get to the point of having it. So I hate to share that news with you, but I guess it's part of the news of this journey, so to let you know. I just got a lot going through my mind on, did I go through all this for absolutely nothing, and still going through it with the spinal problems now I have because of my transplant. So we will see. I love you all. I'm sorry once again that it's not such great news, and but I'm still fighting. I'm still planning on fighting it. As tired as I get, like right now, I'm still gonna fight it, and we'll see what happens from here. Okay, that's all the update. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.